Yogis. My name is Lauren and I'm here to help you feel more grounded and create calmness in this unique pause of life that we are experiencing together. Today, I do recommend a block if possible, a mat, of course, and a blanket for extra comfort underneath the glutes and hips. You can improvise at home with a few books instead of a block if that block is not available to you. Also, a beach towel or large shower towel can work as well instead of a yoga mat. And then any blanket here. Do have some lavender oil diffusing, and then maybe something to sip on as well. And so take a few moments to get comfortable with your props, and then I will meet you in seated. And so seated might mean cross-legged to you today, or straightening out the legs, extending them here. And then once we meet in seated, I invite you to close and rest the eyes, or you can find a spot a few feet away to bring a gentle gaze to. And then tops of the hands meet the lap, the knees, relaxing each individual finger. Soften the tops of the shoulders down away from the ears. Bringing awareness into the face. Again, maybe resting the eyes and keeping them soft here with your gentle gaze. Releasing the jaw so that the lips and teeth barely touch. With our next breath, we'll take our awareness from the face and bring it down into the navel. Connecting with the belly button here, sending it back to the spine, engaging the core so that we can sit up tall. We send that energy and awareness up the spine into the top of our head, the crown chakra, lifting up towards the ceiling, sitting confident. And we continue to find stillness, letting go of everything from outside the space you chose to practice in today. That will all be waiting for you. Observing the breath. Letting go of control, we surrender. We allow the breath to flow naturally on its own. As we become comfortable with stillness, we start to notice discomfort or pain. mindful throughout our practice of injury judgment or comparison. Finding that balance of effort and ease. Take a few more moments in stillness today. Here I invite you to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's one simple word or a few words that create a mantra. Don't overthink it. Just see what arrives. Throughout our physical practice today, that mantra, that intention will always be there for you to go back to. At any time a distracting thought or unnecessary worry arrives, let's promise ourselves that we'll reconnect to our breath. We'll revisit that intention, that mantra. Allowing the mind to be calm, quiet, at ease, as we focus on starting to find movement in the physical body. With your next inhale, starting to wiggle fingers and toes. As you continue to rest the eyes and release the jaw. Rolling the shoulders backwards and forwards a few times. Ways at your own pace. The eyes are closed here. Start to come back into the room. And if the legs are extended out to straight, bring them back in. Meeting together in a cross-legged seat. You're bringing hands to heart center, and with your next inhale, arms rise. We bring in the positive energy around us. Exhale, hands at heart center. One more time, starting to warm the breath. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands at the heart. And the tops of the hands meet the knees. Inhale. And with your exhale, the chin tucks down into the chest. We allow our head to hang. Think about sending your breath into what is opening for you today. Maybe it's the back of the neck, the upper back. Send your breath there. Remember to create slow, gentle movement in the neck and the head, rotating clockwise, counterclockwise. A few times, both ways at your own pace. At any time here by bringing the ear towards the shoulder, allowing the side of the neck to open. Breathe into that space. And you might choose to continue to modify here by bringing that arm back behind, opposite hand grabs a hold of the wrist so that you can gently pull down without forcing, opening up just a touch more. With your next breath, opposite side, ear meets the shoulder, and then again here, switching hands behind the back, gently pulling down on that wrist. Lowering the shoulder a touch more. Breathe. Extending the legs out to straight, wiggle the toes, shake out the legs. Find a comfortable, grounded seat, and with an inhale, arms lift. On our exhale, folding forwards from the hip. Seated forward fold, and can keep that blanket underneath you. At any time, you can also double up the mat by folding it over. And then if you choose to incorporate your block today, or a bolster, some type of pillow here can also feel nice to support the forehead. You can open up the back of the legs and the hamstrings more by pointing the toes back towards your shins. If that becomes too intense, relax the feet. Know that you're still benefiting from a stretch here. After a few rounds of breath, noticing how you might be able to melt just a little bit deeper with an exhale, folding forwards. Deep rounds of breath, sending our breath into whatever is opening for you today. After that third exhalation, slowly and safely, one vertebrae at a time, start to rise. Arms lift up. Inhale. With our exhale, we'll start to twist from the core to our left. The left knee will bend, the leg flexes here, and we set the sole of the left foot down. The left hand meets the mat behind you here, and the right arm flexes, that right elbow bends, meets the top of the left knee, outside of the left knee here. Then we continue to twist from our core, looking back over the left shoulder. Spread the fingers wide on that right hand. Allow your palm to open. And then bring your awareness into the right shoulder. Sometimes as we twist, we'll want to go up towards the ceiling here. And so we want to send that back down, plugging it in, away from the ear. Twisting postures can restrict our breath, and so here being mindful to stay connected to your breath. One more round of breath. And with our exhale, we release the right arm from the left leg, and the left arm follows as we twist back to center. Left leg extends to straight. Inhale, arms rise. The right leg bends. Sole of the foot meets the mat. Again, here, opposite side, we twist. Left arm bends, right hand meets the mat, left elbow meets the right knee. The left palm opens wide by spreading the fingers apart as we look back over the right shoulder, plugging the left shoulder down the back. With our next exhale, releasing the arm from the leg, we twist back to center. Opening up the hips, we bring the soles of the feet to touch. And then take a minute to explore how close you would like those feet towards the body. Listen to your body here. If the feet are cold, you can bring the hands together and create some heat, or using an exhale to naturally warm the hands here, bringing them back towards the feet. Sitting up tall, shoulders relaxed. Just like how we started our practice, here your gaze, your drishti in Sanskrit, it can be on the floor, a few feet away, or for less distraction, maybe you like to close the eyes here. Let's revisit our mantra, our intention, keeping the mind quiet as we breathe into the hips. Our next breath, release the legs, wiggle the toes, shake out the legs, and I will meet you on hands and knees. Please take your time getting there. I like to bend my knees and swing the legs around to either side. First, we make our way into all fours. You can again double up your mat if a blanket is not an option for you, underneath the knees, and then at the top of the mat as well for the wrists. Keep that blanket there. The knees go directly underneath the hips, about hip width apart, wrists under the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide, grounding the palms. Connecting breath with movement, start a gentle cat-cow flow on an inhale, lifting the tailbone and the head as we open the throat and the heart. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. And with our exhale, we allow the head to hang here. Sending the navel back to the spine, rounding the back. You can modify here, shaking the head side to side. Continue that connection of breath with movement. Inhale to rise. And exhale into cat. Let's take a few rounds at our own pace. looking at a neutral spine. From here, we'll make our way into down dog by curling the toes under. We lift the knees. If possible, we send the glutes and hips up towards the ceiling by extending the legs to straight. The head hangs. The feet are about hip distance width apart. Slight bend in the knees as we push forward through the fingertips. Fingers are spread wide. Palms are grounded. I invite you to adjust your stance by taking the hands and the feet further apart or closer together. Once you are comfortable, find stillness. If this becomes too intense on the wrists, you can modify here by going back down onto hands and knees, or keep the legs up, but modify for the wrists by dropping down onto forearms. Here in down dog, we'll pedal the feet, slight bend in one knee, grounding down the opposite heel towards the mat, opening the back of the leg, hamstring, and then continue to alternate. If you're on hands and knees here, you can step one foot back at a time. Again, tucking those toes under, stretching the leg. If you are still up and down dog, slowly start to bend the knees. We'll set them down, all meeting on hands and knees together. And then sitting back on our next exhale into child's pose. Glutes and hips over the calves. Forehead meets the mat. A block or blanket. Modifications in the arms, leaving them up alongside the ears. You can bend the elbows so that the hands meet together overhead. Or the arms can go back alongside the legs. Awareness into the knees. Explore bringing them further apart or closer together and how that adjusts your hips. At any time, if you no longer need that blanket, go ahead and set any props off to the side. present with intention, with your mantra. The arms are back alongside the legs. Start to bring them up alongside the ears. We'll lift the fingertips and the palms from the mat here. Create movement in the arms over to the left side. Left palm grounds down, right hand meets the top as we fold our upper body into the arms. Breathing into the right side body. Using our next inhale, start to rise up onto fingertips, and then again we'll walk on over to the opposite side, folding into the arms. Inhale to rise. Leaning back on the mat, ground down the palms, fingers spread wide, push up through the hands, hands and knees, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders. Inhale, right fingertips rise up towards the ceiling, open, expand your right side body, send your breath there. Exhale, we take that right arm down underneath the left. Inhale to rise, start a gentle flow, connecting breath with movement. Inhale, open, expand. And then with your exhale, right arm underneath the left. If you need extra support for the knees, bring that blanket back, double up the mat. One more round. meets the mat. Neutral spine. Inhale, left fingertips rise, open, expand. Exhale, start that gentle flow, a few times at your own pace. Last round. Leaning back on all fours, neutral spine. Curling the toes under, make your way into down dog, lifting the knees, glutes and hips, go up and back. And again here, modifying, going back down to hands and knees or forearms. Feet about hip distance width apart. Allow the head to hang as you spread the fingers wide, grounding the palms, pushing forward through the fingertips. Inhale, right leg rises. Modifications to bend the left knee, or again, forearms. Set the right foot down. Inhale, left leg rises. Place the left foot down. Looking up at the hands, we'll hop or step our feet up towards the hands. If that's not for you, and if you're down on hands and knees, slowly and safely make your way to standing. We'll meet in standing at the top of our mat. So again, if you're in down dog here, you're walking up, you're hopping your feet towards the hands. One vertebrae at a time, we're all meeting in standing. Feet, again, hip distance width apart, slight bend in the knees. Connecting with all four corners. Feeling grounded. Then we'll take our awareness from the lower body up, the spine, core is engaged. Softening the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. We find our mountain posture by opening up the arms. Spreading the fingers wide, we open the palms. Standing tall and confident. You may choose to close the eyes for less distraction, or we bring our drishti, our gaze, to the floor a few feet away. Reconnecting with intention, with our mantra. to close the eyes. Make your way back into the room. Wiggle the fingers. Your next inhale, lift the arms up. And on an exhale, leaning to the side. You can drop that lower arm without forcing. See if you can reach a little bit further through the fingertips, breathing into the side body. Inhale to rise, hands meet overhead. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands at heart center. We start to fold forwards from the hip. Standing forward fold. Allow the head and the arms to hang here. Shaking the head yes and no. Option to modify the arms, bringing the hands to the elbows. Sway in the hips. Connecting breath with movement. Inhale, halfway lift. Palms meet the shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. The block is an option here as well. Continue that at your own pace for a few rounds, breath with movement. Meeting in forward fold. Inhale slowly, one vertebra at a time. We rise to standing. Arms lift. Exhale, hands at heart center. Release the arms, shake them out. Wiggle the fingers and toes. We'll take a new fresh start. Bring your awareness into your left foot. And so you might be at the top of your mat here, but I'll show you this way. Left foot, all four corners, we find grounding there as we prepare for tree. These are the strong roots of our tree. That left leg is engaged and activated, our trunk. Our core is active and strong as we open up the right hip. By bringing the sole of the right foot to the inner left leg. That could be the ankle. Or we can continue to modify up the leg at the calf, avoiding the knee, grabbing the right ankle or big toe. Bring that right foot into the thigh. That might not be for you. Give it a try. Honor your practice. take a moment to explore those options. Here, as we open up the right hip, you may notice that the left hip follows. Bring the fingers on both hands to the left hip and the right knee, separating those apart, tucking that left hip back into center, keeping that right hip open. Once you feel grounded in your lower body, incorporate the upper body. Inhale, arms rise alongside the ears, shoulders down the back, or modify, bring hands to heart center. Here our drishti, our gaze is on the floor, a few feet away. Find a spot for your focus. Stay connected to the breath. At any time, you can step over to a piece of furniture, counter, a wall. Use that for extra support to feel safe, balanced. Fell out of your tree, don't become frustrated. Shake out that left leg. That happens. Some days less, some days more. Give that one more try, continuing to stay focused and work on our balance today. Instead of hopping right back in, start at the beginning, that first step, your foot, and then make your way up the leg into the upper body. If you have found stillness, take one more round of breath. And release your tree again. Shake out that left leg, wiggle the toes. Give the ankle some love. Take a few rotations. When you are ready, opposite side. Right foot grounds down, all four corners, the roots of our tree. The trunk is strong. Accept here that each side of our bodies are different. And so you might notice different modifications here in the legs and arms, and that's okay. Have fallen out of your tree, shake it off, take a new fresh start, one more try. have found stillness, one more round of breath. And with an exhale, stepping out, release, shake it off. Take a new fresh start at the top of your mat. Feet are hip distance width apart. Now let's step the feet together. As those feet step together, here we sit down and back into chair. Our arms rise up just like we did in tree, alongside the ears. Shoulders go down the back. We plug them in. Fingers spread wide, opening the palms. Let's check out our knees. We want those to be in a straight line if possible. Sometimes if the hips are off here, one will pop out in front of the other. So we step the feet together, we sit back into chair. Those knees are in straight line. Modification in the arms here. Anytime, bring hands to heart center. As we get tired, it's natural to start to fold forwards. And so we'll bring our awareness into the heart. With your next inhale, lift up through the heart. Keep the core strong. 3 more rounds of breath. If you'd like a little bit more work, sit a little bit deeper. And that last exhale, hands come to heart center. We step the feet away from each other. Giant step here. Hands meet behind the lower back, tailbone. On your next exhale, start to fold forwards from the hip. Wide-legged forward fold. Those arms hang out overhead. This becomes too intense, grab that block. Hands can meet the block instead. Hang out there for a few rounds, relax the face. Wide-legged forward fold. One more round. Hands meet the lower back. Slowly rising up one vertebrae at a time. The hands are on the block here. Push up through the fingertips. And then start to heel toe the feet back together. Inhale, arms rise, one vertebrae at a time. We lift up, exhale, hands at heart center. That was our last standing posture for today's practice. I invite you to grab a sip. I will meet you back down on the mat. We're going to lay down on our back. Take your time. And again here, if you have that blanket nearby, you can always place that underneath the head. And so here as we lay down, we recline, relaxing on our back. The knees bend. Soles of the feet meet the mat. And we hug the legs into the chest. Drawing circles with the knees, the kneecaps up towards the ceiling, clockwise, counterclockwise. Rock back to center. If possible, if your body and practice allow, find happy baby. Grab a hold of the feet, pulling the legs in towards the shoulders, opening the hips. Think about sending your breath there, into the hips as you rock from side to side. And if that's not available today, No worries. Go back to hugging the legs in here. Start to rock back to center. Release the hands from the feet, but we'll keep the legs up here with the knees bent. Drop the arms out, extended to straight, the shape of a T. Reclined twist. With your next inhale, drop the legs over to the right. And then with your exhale, head rolls over away from the legs to the left. On your next inhale, legs lift up, and exhale, we drop them over to the opposite side. Head rolls over, away from the legs to the right. Inhale to rise, lifting the legs back up, keeping the knees bent, set the feet down. Reach for the heels with your fingertips. Step back the feet towards the glutes. When the heels and their fingertips meet, connect breath with movement. Inhale to rise the frontal hip points up towards the ceiling. Hands can meet together underneath the glutes, pulling the shoulders down. Or the arms can go up here alongside the ears with the hips. Exhale, slowly set the tailbone back down. Continue that connection of breath with movement at your own pace for a few rounds. Our last posture before Shavasana. At any time, you can support the lower back with the block here. One more round. Exhale, meeting back at a neutral spine. Extend the legs out to straight. Take any last movements here you may need to feel completely centered and balanced. I like to take a full body stretch at the end of my practice. Gratitude to our health and our wellness. And then bringing the body to our final resting pose. Whatever that means to you. Complete stillness in each individual finger and toe. The eyes can be closed here. The breath is natural. Surrender. Let it flow on its own. Letting go of control. Observing the difference in your body. And at the beginning of practice, thank yourself for your commitment to yoga, for showing up on your mat. Back to intention, back to your mantra. Start to rock the head from side to side. Lift one arm up alongside the ear, either side. Roll over onto the side body. Take a moment. Push up through the palm, meeting in seated. Hands to heart center. Namaste.